What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do the September reading for my Virgos out there, my fellow Virgos out there. Happy birthday to everybody. Hope you guys are off to a great start, and I hope you guys enjoy your birthday month. And if you're new to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click the like, share, and subscribe button. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. And I'm currently running a special right now. You can do one question for 10, 2 for 20, or 3 for 30. So just throwing that out there as well. And without further ado, we will go ahead and jump right on into your guys' reading. So the first thing we're going to take a look at, guys, is we're just going to take a look at the overall energy. I'm going to pull some oracle cards, and then we will take a look at what's coming up for you guys in love and romance. All right, so the first card that we have out is Man Holding a Heart. So the Man Holding a Heart card is an energy. It's kind of like a King of Cups energy here. So this could be you or somebody else. Male or female, does not matter. Let me get the other cards out as well. So I'm just kind of mixing things up, trying something a little bit new here with my channel. I haven't posted as much as I've wanted to recently. I've had some other projects going on, but getting back here with you guys. Been on a teeny tiny bit of hiatus. But, yeah, and, you know, after doing things for about a year, a little over a year, a certain way, you know, it's always nice to try something new. So, let's see here. One more card. So the second card we have out here is the To Be Fair card as well. We'll get one more from this deck here, and then we'll see here what the unified message is here. One of the things that I really like about oracle cards is, especially when you use different ones, is that the energy is still seamless. So it's pretty cool when you see, you know, a congruent message throughout a bunch of different decks. Okay, so here we go. So we have Man Holding a Heart is the first energy out. We have To Be Fair is the next energy, and then we have this is a brand new oracle deck. The Healing Lagoon, Rejuvenate, Recovery, Time to Heal. It's safe to stop. So I feel like this has to do with you Virgos out there that are single, as well as those who may be waiting on, or have been maybe perhaps waiting on, the potential return of an ex. This has a little bit of an ex vibe to it. Okay, so however you define, you know, an ex-lover or not. So whether that's somebody you were dating briefly and you broke up, or whether it's somebody maybe you dated for a long time and you broke up. So again, the Man Holding a Heart energy here is almost like a King of Cups vibe. It's definitely male or female, doesn't matter. Somebody who's got a lot of feelings and emotions for you, or maybe you have a lot of feelings and emotions for someone else. Now the To Be Fair energy is an implicit energy, meaning that it's implying that basically there could have been something in the past or a situation that did not or was not so fair, you know, and of course only you guys will know what that is. So whether that was dishonesty, whether it was lies, deceit, betrayal, or whether or not there was, you know, an imbalance in the relationship, maybe one person was giving more to the other. And so the energy here being in the overall position is saying that, you know, it's got a little bit of like a justice vibe to it. It's like either the relationship with whoever this person is, whether they're in your life currently or not, this energy needs to be balanced, and it needs to be fair. It needs to be brought into an alignment there. Or it's saying that in the past it wasn't fair, which would be the same message, right? So whatever the situation is, whether this was something, you weren't treated fairly or you didn't treat someone fairly, I do feel like this is probably the other person though, because this is your reading. I'm reading for you. So this is the energy that you would be attached to, that basically, in order for this situation to move forward, if this is a past person and they were to come back to you, in order for this situation to move forward, it would have to be different than it was before, right? I mean, common sense, but it would have to be fair this time. It would have to be an equal give and take involved here. And with the healing lagoon energy, it's saying that you guys have probably been on a break. You guys have probably had a time out here, days, weeks, months, maybe years for some of you guys. And this time apart has been necessary, because it's been all about you needing to heal yourself, and perhaps overcome some of the injustices or the pain or whatever happened in the relationship, healing those parts of the relationship that would have caused it to end, or, just whatever the situation may be. Now, I personally, I take these messages as being more spiritual, or at the very least metaphysical, meaning, it's more about the energy, not so much about the surface level things, because people pay too much attention to the surface level problems, right? And they think that, I'll use an extreme example. Let's say someone cheated on you, right? Which is a horrible thing to do to somebody, right? That level of betrayal in a relationship is extremely traumatizing, and it's extremely painful. But underneath that, we're not judging somebody just for the initial betrayal. And again, I'm not saying that it's right, because I've been betrayed myself. But when we're not judging someone for the initial betrayal, and we look under the hood at what causes people to do certain things, that's the energy that we're really looking at here. We're looking at the cause. We're not looking at the symptom. And so, I just want you guys to keep that in mind, because as I explain, we go through these readings, or as I do these readings, that's the position I'm coming from. I'm not looking at surface level problems or issues. We're diving into the energy that creates those surface level problems and energy. Okay. So, I just wanted to, disclaim that for clarity's sake. So, the next set of energy we have, is we have the child energy here. So there could be children involved in this situation. If you were dating somebody, if this is a past lover, they could have had children. Children could have been impacting this relationship in some way, shape, or form. For some of you, I feel like this isn't going to be for all of you, maybe 20% of you. Some of you guys could have been in a serious relationship where you created a special bond, like you connected to your partner's children, or they connected to your child. Roles can be reversed, however you want to look at it. But let's say they had a few children, like 2 or 3 kids, right? I feel like you would have had some of you guys had a special bond with at least one of those children. Now, if they were a single parent maybe, and they had one child, you could have had a very special bond with that child. Like it's almost like intuitively you knew that part of the reason that you met this person was because you were meant to have a role. You were going to play a role in that child's life, as either a mentor, a guardian, a parent, or just somebody that was going to be a positive role model, because they don't have that in their life. So like, let's say you were dating a single mom, then, that child, and let's say she has a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter, but let's say that she had a boy. Well, if that boy doesn't have a healthy masculine role model, and you're a healthy masculine male, then you being in that child's life is something that's going to benefit that child, right? And the same would go if it was a girl, because, girls need to have to see a healthy masculine role model as well. So, again, that's not going to be for many of you, but some of you will know that. Some of you will know that you were meant to be in this person's life for this child's life for a very important role. Not just, you're not just the kid comes, they're part of the package, right? It's not one of those things. It's more than that. And you see that, you recognize that there is like a spiritual connection or a greater purpose there with this child. For others of you, if if there's no children involved, then children could be one of the things that, you see yourself having with this person, or this person really wants. You guys want a family here. The marriage card is here. So this is definitely somebody that you saw yourself going the distance with, if this is a past person. Now, if this is a newer person in your life, or someone that you end up meeting, then like a new person, then the marriage energy is just saying, when you meet this person, when they come into your life, you're going to know that this person is marriage material. And then the other energy surrounding that just means that in the past, maybe you were in relationships with this to be fair energy where maybe there wasn't, maybe you dated people that weren't on the same level as you. They didn't put in the same amount of effort. They weren't quite as evolved as you were in their personal development, maybe, right? Maybe there was always some issue or some imbalance where, no matter how much you gave to the relationship or how hard you tried to resolve things, it was like you could just never, close that gap. You could never, overcome that, bridge that chasm, if you will. And so this to be fair energy really being kind of here in the middle is really like the central part of the overall energy, saying that, the person that's coming into your life, if you're single, is going to be somebody that is fair, they're balanced, they're bringing in that harmony, and that's why you would see them as marriage material. Now, if it's a past person, if it's an ex, then you guys will be resolving these issues because you have a lot of feelings and emotions for them. Situation is going to be fair and balanced this time because the healing work has taken place during this time apart here, and for sure there's a great opportunity here that this could lead to marriage. Nothing is set in stone. We have free will, but underneath the healing card we have the journey card, which is again showing that you guys have been on a spiritual journey. You've been on your spiritual journey. They've been on their spiritual journey. Now, if this is an ex, you guys had to be brought apart so that you guys could grow separately and kind of evaluate things without the self-preservation and the turmoil of the relationship. Because it's really hard. It's really hard to focus on yourself when this other person's in your life and you're constantly having this discord, right? Because that negative energy consumes your focus. So when you pull apart and now you're thinking about that person, you're missing that person, but you're also introspecting and you start having realizations about, well, maybe I should have done this different. Maybe I could do that different. And absence makes the heart grow fonder. And so, you realize things, hindsight's 20/20, you both grow, you both develop, and you both realize through your own healing journey, your spiritual journey here, that, I really do care about this person. I don't want to lose them. I want to, I want to be able to come back into their life and have them back in mind and us, build this future together. Now, for those of you that are single, it's the same still applies. There's a person out there who's going on their spiritual journey. And when you meet, it's almost like because you've been doing the work and then they've been doing the work, you come together and you both realize like, wow, I finally met somebody who's on my level. Which again, builds into this super, like, it's like, man, this person is the real deal. They're marriage material. At the bottom of this deck, we have sudden wealth. Okay. Which I'm not surprised about with Virgo energy, earth energy. So this could be literal. This could be metaphorical. It could be literal in the sense that maybe when you meet this person, you guys build a future together, you build a business together, you have a calling together, you build something that produces a lot of money together. They could be wealthy or you could be wealthy, or it could just mean that it feels like sudden wealth. It feels like, on a romantic relational level, you've won the romantic lottery. Like, oh my gosh, I met the man or woman of my dreams, right? So it could have a metaphorical type of energy in that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some more. We're going to look at your past energy, the present. We're going to look at your future outcome. we're going to take a look at the major hurdles that have been in play, and then we're going to look at the advice on how to overcome those hurdles. I'm going to be using my new deck here. This is the Human Innovation Oracle deck. I just created this and just got it. It will be for sale eventually. I just have to finish the artwork for the book and all the little things. But for the most part, the deck is, it's an 80 card deck. So I'm going to be using this, and then I'll pull some tarot as well. So let's take a look at the past energy first here. Okay, yeah. So in the past, we have conflict. So obviously, I feel like this has more to do with, again, those of you out there that are dealing with an ex more so than singles. Now, if you're single, it's just saying that in the past you've had conflicting relationships. That's why, you're still single, because they didn't work out. But I feel like for the majority of those, probably like 80%, 70, 80% of you guys watching, this has to do with coming back together with an ex here. So in the past, there was a lot of conflict here. So, common sense, you're single. So obviously something happened, right, to cause that conflict. So let's take a look at the present energy. Where are you guys sitting right now? Okay, two wanted to come out. I'm just going to take one, but I am going to look at the second card. So the first energy is manifestation. So you've been working. You've been trying to manifest this person back in. If it's an ex, they could have been manifesting you back in. And if you're single, you've been trying to manifest. A new person into your life that matches your vibration. And then the second card, it's kind of hard to see. This is another one of the things I have to work out. This is just a prototype deck, so some of the cards, certain colors, the words don't show up quite as well. So it's something I'm probably gonna have to work out before I actually sell this. But anyways, this card actually says Ascension. I know you can't really see it, but it's there. It says Ascension. And so this is about, spiritual ascending, going to the next level vibrationally, right? Going up to the next level, raising your vibration. And so this has been a time, again, this healing time has been about leveling up spiritually, moving up to the next level from where you were. So if you were, like for me, if I was Eddie version 5.0 at the beginning of the year, hopefully, 9 months later, eight or 9 months later, I'm Eddie, 9.0. Maybe I leveled up 4 times or 2 times. The point is I'm not in the same place that I was, right, back at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to slip this one back into the deck here. So that's the present energy. You guys are working on leveling up, going to the next level, and you're manifesting this new love in. So now we're going to look at the future potential outcome. So as a result of this manifestation, as a result of leveling up, we have decisions. So yeah, you're going to have a decision to make. And this could be, if you're single, it could be multiple people. Heck, if you're broken up, it could be multiple people, because you become more attractive the higher you vibrate. So there's going to be a decision to be made here. Now, if an ex comes back into your life, you're going to have to make a decision regarding that outcome. If you're single, then maybe you have multiple people and options to choose from. And like I said, even if you are waiting on an ex, you might have other people that you meet, and then your ex comes back anyway. So it's essentially, you're going to have to make a decision about, who you want. Now, sometimes for some people that stresses you out. It's like, man, because you're afraid, and I understand this, you're afraid like you'll get emotionally attached or involved with one person that you might be dating, and then maybe an ex comes back and you're like, oh my gosh, what will I do? Because I might still have feelings for my ex, but I may have created an emotional investment in somebody new, right? So I get, a lot of times that decision energy isn't always ideal, but, I don't get to choose the cards, right? So let's take a look at the major obstacle here. What is the main obstacle here? Okay, the main obstacle here is the superficial card. And so the superficial energy basically means that the relationship so if you had an ex, the major obstacle was that the relationship was very surface level, very superficial. It could have been just, it could have just been about going out, having fun. Either you or you or them or both of you weren't really trying to get to know each other on a really deep level. Could have been non-committal. Could have just been about sex or having fun, having good times, just not taking things very seriously. Or they could have just been a very superficial kind of person, like they could have been high maintenance, they become the materialistic, or they could have just been very uninteresting or boring. Like you couldn't have you couldn't hold a deep conversation with them. But whatever it is, the relationship was very surface level. Now, if you're single, then you could have been attracting those types of people into your life, just very superficial people that it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's fun to go out on a date with you, but there's not a lot of depth here. It's not something you're going to marry, basically. Okay. So let's take a look at what what you guys need to do to overcome the hurdle here. Like, what's the solution to this? Okay, so the synchronicity card came out. And so this is interesting, interesting energy. I'm actually going to pull one more. Oh, that one wanted to come out fast. Okay. These cards are so new, they're so slippery. Building. Okay, so yeah, this energy is basically telling me that if this is an X, and again, you'll have to take it as it resonates. If this is an X and you haven't heard from them in a long time, and you're just unsure if, they're even thinking about you or if they're ever going to come back, I feel like the answer is yes, they are. The synchronicity energy is basically they're saying like the universe has been sending you signs. And maybe for some of you, it's been 1111. Maybe it's been certain angels' numbers, their name, billboards, music, whatever. You guys will know what that is for you. But you will see these meaningful synchronicities, and they're there to lead, direct, and guide you and tell you, yeah, this person is coming back at some point. It's there just reminding you, yeah, this person's thinking about you. They're going to show up in your life at some point. And if you're single, it's telling you that the person you've been waiting for is on the way. Like you put in the order, the manifestation energy, you want to get married one day, you want to have a lifetime partner. Well, you put the order in, right? And now you're just waiting. And you're getting the reminders from the universe that, hey, we're working on it. It's coming. Excuse me. And the building card is basically about the future that you're going to build together. It's meaningful. So it's saying, hey, it's not going to be superficial anymore. We got to move past that. We have to build something substantial, something meaningful, right? Whether it's building a life together, whether it's building a future together, building our dreams together, building a family together, or just building a stronger, more intimate bond with each other, because that's why it failed in the past. Everything was surface level, everything was superficial. And sometimes people are superficial because they're just guarding and protecting their heart and their energy, right? Because they're afraid of intimacy. They're afraid of deep emotions, right? And that goes like into attachment style theory. Like a lot of people that are avoidant attachment styles, like they run. The minute they start to feel emotions, it freaks them out because it triggers, childhood wounds that they may not even be aware of, and then they're out of there, right? And then at the bottom of this deck, we have celebration. This one's kind of hard to read too with the wording. But we have celebration, which again talks about marriage, and it's a Three of Cups energy, celebration, coming back together. And the celebration could be metaphorical in the sense that you're just really excited when this person comes back into your life. For those of you that want your ex to come back, you're going to be really elated. You're like, man, this is very, I'm celebrating this, right? For others of you, this is an energy of just celebrating the fact that you finally met the love of your life here, right? So let's take a look here at some final messages here. with the tarot here. So what additional information do we need to know? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so for a lot of you, you guys have been waiting. There's been an energy here of waiting. You've been waiting on this person to come back into your life. And while you've been waiting, you've been investing in yourself. Maybe they've been investing in themselves. And this is also an energy of saying that when they show up and when they come in, whether it's an ex or whether it's a new person, that they're going to make the investment. Like it's going to be fair. The to be fair energy is there. This person's going to come in, they're ready to invest, and you're not going to have to worry about there being an imbalance this time. The next card we have out is the High Priestess. It's this Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with the Pisces. You definitely don't have to be. This is also tied to the synchronicity energy as well. Okay. So there's a few energies with this card here. It has to do with, well, one, if you're dealing with an ex, this is somebody who you probably haven't heard from in a while. Like, you know, you both have been, it's been radio silence here because the High Priestess, you know, keeps to herself. She stays quiet. You don't know what they're up to. And they've been keeping a low profile. They've been staying under the radar here. It's also about learning to trust your intuition and listening to your inner guidance system, right? So when this person shows up, you don't have to just let them back in. In fact, I wouldn't recommend that. I would say, hey, you know what? We need to start over from scratch here. And it's not pick up where we left off because that'll just create more conflict. What we need to do is we need to start over and really get to know each other the right way, re-explore each other. The past is the past. You know, who you were and who they were, you know, 5, 6, 8 months ago, or even 1 month ago or a year ago. You're a different person now. And now you have to learn who this new person is and to find out if they're actually showing up the way that they need to show up, right? So there's a bit of that energy here with the High Priestess. You're going to have to do your work, trust your intuition. If something feels off, then it probably is. Don't ignore the red flags this time. Also, the High Priestess is indicating that for some of you, you have a very spiritual connection with this person. You just feel spiritually connected to them. Spirituality might be a bonding point in this relationship. You guys are very spiritual minded with each other, or spiritually inclined people. And I really feel like if there's been any secrets, anything that was hidden, the High Priestess is here. It's like that's going to come out. Like if there's things that needed to be discussed, if there was betrayals in the past, secrets and all of that, it's like that energy has to be cleared. Like we can't keep secrets from each other anymore. Everything has to be out on the table. Everything has to be fair. Again, with the to be fair energy there. And again, like I said, the High Priestess is tied to synchronicity. So that's, again, reminding you're going to be seeing synchronicities. And that's, again, that your inner guidance system, your spirit team, your guides, source, God, universe, whatever you believe in, sending you these little hints to reassure you that, yeah, things are happening, even if it's felt like it's been a long time where nothing's happened, right? So let me get one more card here. And then we'll pull... I'll pull some final messages here to close out the reading. One more card, please. Okay. We have the Seven of Swords. So yeah, everything that I just said about the High Priestess. If there's been any secrets, if there was lies, deception, betrayal, whatever happened in the past, the to be fair energy, I even mentioned at the beginning of the reading. So for many of you, this is definitely, it applies to you whether you're single or you're dealing with an ex. Either way, it doesn't matter. If this is your ex and you guys, there was conflict because of lies, deception, deceit, betrayal, backstabbing, whatever, all of that has to be addressed with the High Priestess energy. There can't be secrets anymore. You can't have love without trust. That's got to come out. We have to have a discussion about what happened in the past And what are we going to do to change and ensure that that never happens again? You know, and that's how you need to validate. And that's why you need to trust your intuition with the high priestess energy to make sure that this person really has changed, right? Because, you know, words mean nothing. Actions mean everything, right? So it doesn't matter what the person tells you when they come back. They need to be able to show you. I mean, they need to tell you what the plan is going to be. You definitely have to have a conversation about it, but don't just believe it just because they say, oh, well, I did this and did that because of ABC, XYZ. It's like, okay, well, thank you for, you know, being honest about why you did what you did, but I'm going to be looking to you for behavioral changes, you know? So whatever was in the past, that when you were doing sneaky things and blah, 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 all that's got to be different this time, you know, and only you guys will know what that is. Now, for you singles out there, this is basically saying, hey, you need to trust your intuition about the decisions, because that Seven of Swords is falling on top of that decisions card energy, saying, hey, when you're making this decision about new people that come into your life, you need to learn from past mistakes. Don't ignore the red flags and do your due diligence to say, hey, I'm just going to believe what people tell me. I'm going to look at what they show me, and I'm going to believe that. And I'm going to learn from my past. I'm not going to close myself off completely, and I'm not going to punish new people based on the experiences I've had with past people. That's not fair to the new person. I got to give the new person a chance, but I do need to be mindful, right? I need to be discerning about how I approach these new people that come into my life, to make sure that I'm not, you know, I don't deceive myself, but also looking for the red flags and not ignoring them. Okay, so here we have, just going to get some final closing messages for you guys here. What does my collective need to know here for Virgo? Now, Virgo, this reading did go a little longer than normal. Like I said, I'm trying out a new method here for reading. So in the future, I may adapt this so they're maybe not quite as long. I typically don't like going over 30 minutes, but we'll see. We'll see how you guys respond to it. And if I get positive reaction, then maybe I'll just keep doing it the way that I'm doing it. But if all else, you know, just consider it maybe like a birthday bonus read or something. Just going to get one more here. Okay, so the first card that we had out was Confusion. And this card says, all seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you need. So yeah, so you guys have probably had a lot of confusion happen in your love life in the past here. I feel like love has just been a very confusing thing for you because of the amount of betrayals you probably had. The starts, the stops, the breakups, you know, all the things. So, you know, don't allow that confusion energy to consume you, basically, because again, we don't want to punish, you know, we don't want to punish new people for the crimes committed by past partners. And even if a past partner comes in, if they've really changed, we've got to give them a chance to prove that without, you know, holding the past over them and making it impossible for them to, you know, to have a chance, you know, especially if you want that person back in your life. Now, if you're not interested, then okay, you know, it doesn't matter. But just be careful with the confusion thing as well. Like, make sure that you remain clear about who you want and what you want. You're clear on your standards. You're clear on your boundaries, right? Because if someone comes in and you start getting all emotional, and you lose that clarity, then you might fall into an old pattern. The next card we have is attraction. So yeah, you definitely have attraction here, and you will to whoever this person is who's coming in, whether it's an ex or otherwise. And this says divine soul counterpart attraction transcends superficiality. You can't make this up. So the new, because again, the ascension energy that came out with this manifestation card earlier, you have ascended, you've leveled up past this superficial, which is the challenge energy. So the attraction that you have coming back into this relationship, if it's an ex, you're not gonna have to worry about that surface level crap. You guys have both grown past it. You want something meaningful, real, and deep, which is beautiful because it's basically saying, yeah, you guys are building and ascending past that superficial energy there. And if it's a new person, then it's just saying, hey, this new person's not going to be superficial. Okay, and then the last is tested. And it says, your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. Yeah, so this is about just learning the karmic lessons that we all have to go through in life, which contribute to that ascension process. Like a lot of these things that we've gone through, and they're not fun, but that's how we grow. We grow by tension, by being stressed, like a muscle. You exercise a muscle under tension, breaks down the muscle, and the muscle repairs and grows stronger and bigger. You break a bone, and then it grows back, and it's almost stronger than it was before it was broken. Okay. Final messages here for Virgo. What's the final messages here? Anything else? Anything else for Virgo? Any final messages here? Okay, we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. That just fell out. I'll show you the card in 1 second. So again, yeah, this ties straight to that attraction card, the marriage card. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So for those of you, again, if this is an ex that maybe you guys weren't in alignment when you first met, or a twin flame, you had to be, separated to grow individually. Well, now you're coming back, and now you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready for each other. You're in alignment now. And if it's a new person, obviously this new person, this new person is going to be, you're going to know when you meet them. Now, for some of you, we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So for some of you, you need to release your ex because they're not your soulmate, and it's going to be this new person that comes in that is. For others of you, your ex can come back and they're a new version of themselves. They've truly changed, and now they're going to be in alignment with you. And at the bottom of the deck, we have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So yeah, don't get in your own way. Detach from the outcome. And just let things unfold. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to do anything, especially those of you who've been waiting a long time for this person to come back. You don't have to sabotage it. Like they're going to come back. Just chill. Just let things unfold one day at a time. Don't put pressure on anything. Don't try to control anything. Don't try to make anything happen here. There's the true love energy. Here is the soulmate energy. And then we have the release your ex energy. All right. So Virgo, my Virgos, fellow Virgos out there, my birthday is on the 7th. So happy birthday to you guys. And again, if you haven't already, I greatly appreciate it. If you would like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hit the bell notification icon as well, and you can come join me when I go live. Join me for a free live tarot reading, and if you would like a private reading, I will have that information in the description box below. And I will see you guys very soon. Enjoy your birthday. Have an awesome September, guys. Love and light.